My girlfriend posted single girl summer loading while we were still together. I didn't comment. I just liked the post and started packing her things into storage. When she came home to an empty closet and a lease termination notice, her summer started earlier than expected. Original post. I, 29 male, was scrolling Instagram during my lunch break when I saw it. My girlfriend Natalie, 27, had posted a photo of herself in a bikini with her friends at some rooftop pool. Caption: single girl, summer loading. Time to live my best life. No more settling. We'd been together 2 years, living together for 8 months. I literally made her breakfast that morning. The comments were already pouring in. Yes, queen, finally. About time he dumped him. Hot girl summer incoming. I sat there, sandwich halfway to my mouth, reading comment after comment from her friends, congratulating her on being single. Meanwhile, she'd kissed me goodbye 4 hours earlier and said, "Love you, babe." My coworker Nathan looked over. "You good, man?" I showed him the phone. His eyes went wide. "Bro, what? You gonna comment?" Nope. I liked the post. Then I went back to my sandwich. Nathan thought I was in shock. Maybe I was, but mostly I was doing math. Our lease had 3 months left. The early termination fee was 2 months' rent. I had $8,000 in savings. She spent her last paycheck on that rooftop pool party outfit. I finished my shift, went home to our apartment. Natalie wasn't there, probably still at the pool living her best life. Her stuff was everywhere. Designer purses she couldn't afford without my help. The PlayStation I bought, but she claimed was ours. The coffee maker she picked out but I paid for. Started with her closet. Everything went into boxes. Methodical, calm, like packing for a move, which I guess it was her move. Found the lease agreement. We were both on it, but I was the primary. Read the fine print about lease breaking. Found the storage unit placed 2 blocks away. They had a promotion first month free. By 6 p.m., I had rented a storage unit, packed 6 boxes of her clothes, boxed her makeup collection that took up our entire bathroom counter, carefully wrapped her live laugh wall decorations. I know, I should have seen the red flags. She texted around 7 at Becca's place. "Don't wait up," I replied. "Have fun." Kept packing. Found the birthday gift I bought her for next month. Expensive perfume she'd been dropping hints about. Returned it online while sitting on the floor surrounded by boxes. Update 1. Worked through the night. By morning, everything that was definitively hers was packed. 23 boxes total. The apartment looked sparse but clean like when I first moved in before she arrived. Took the day off work, rented a U-Haul. 4 trips to the storage unit. The guy working there raised an eyebrow at the amount, but said nothing, gave me the lock and key. Natalie finally came home at 2 p.m. the next day, still in yesterday's clothes, sunglasses on, clearly hungover. "Babe, crazy night." Becca's boyfriend brought his friends and she stopped, looked around the near-empty apartment. "What? Where's my stuff in storage?" I handed her the key and the address. First month's free. Her hungover brain struggled. "Storage? Why is my stuff in storage?" "Well, you're single now. Congrats on your summer, by the way." The sunglasses came off. "What are you talking about?" I showed her the Instagram post. Her face went pale, then red. It didn't mean anything. It was for the pics. You know how social media is, right? Which is why all your friends congratulated you on dumping me. I didn't tell them we broke up. No. So, single girl summer and no more settling means what exactly? She tried to deflect. "You're overreacting. It's just an expression." "Cool. Well, here's another expression. Lease termination." I handed her the notice I'd filled out. "I'm ending the lease. 60 days notice starting today. You'll need to figure out where you're living for your single summer. You can't do that." "We're both on the lease. I'm the primary leaseholder. Already talked to the office. You can take over the lease if you qualify on your own." Spoiler alert. You need to make 3 times the rent. She made $2,200 a month at her retail job. Rent was $1,400. This is insane. Over an Instagram post, "Natalie, you announced to everyone we know that you're single while living in my apartment, eating food I buy, using utilities I pay for. You wanted to be single. Wish granted." She started crying, but not sad crying, angry crying. "You can't just throw me out. I have rights. You have 60 days. That's your rights." Then came the bargaining. "Baby, please. I'll delete the post. I'll tell everyone it was a joke." Already screenshotted. Plus Becca reposted it to her story with "finally free." So, that ship has sailed. She switched tactics, started yelling about how I was controlling, abusive, manipulative, how this proved she was right to want to be single. "Okay, so we agree you should be single." She grabbed her phone, started texting furiously. 20 minutes later, Becca and 2 other friends showed up. Madison and Jenna, the whole summer squad. Becca immediately started in. "Are you seriously kicking her out over a caption toxic much?" She announced she was single. I'm respecting her decision. Madison jumped in. "It's called having fun. Not everything needs to be so serious, right? And now she's free to have all the fun she wants somewhere else. Jenna tried the sympathy angle, but where will she go? That's a great question for single Natalie to figure out. Natalie was rage-packing what little remained. Toiletries, phone charger, the coffee maker. I let her think it was hers. I'm gonna stay with my mom. She'll see how crazy you're being. Good idea. Tell Patricia I said hi. They left in a fury of door slamming and muttered insults. Becca shouted something about small dick energy. Madison said I die alone. Jenna just shook her head like I was pathetic. 20 minutes later, Patricia called. Update 2. Patricia. Natalie's mom started soft. Honey, Natalie's very upset. What happened? I sent her the Instagram post. Long pause. Ow, I see. She announced she was single while living with me. Patricia, she says it was just for fun with her friends. Would you stay with someone who publicly announced they were single? Another pause. Well, she's young. She makes mistakes. She's 27, and this wasn't a mistake. It was a decision. She can stay with you, right? My apartment is very small. Ah, there it was. Patricia lived in a studio. She'd been thrilled when Natalie moved in with me because it meant not having her daughter on her couch anymore. Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. The storage unit is paid for 1 month after Patricia the calls started. Natalie's brother, her cousin, even her hairdresser, who she was apparently crying to during an emergency appointment. To everyone, I said the same thing. She announced she was single. I'm helping her be single. But the best part came that evening. Natalie posted again. When he shows you his true colors, believe him. #narcissist alert dodged a bullet. The comments rolled in. What happened, babe? Are you okay? Men are trash. She was painting herself as the victim. Fine. I had time. I posted my own update. Just the screenshot of her single girl summer post with a simple caption. When someone tells you they're single, believe them. The mutual friends who saw both posts started connecting dots. My phone buzzed with messages. Wait, she said she was single while living with you. Bro, I thought you guys were good. She's been planning girls' trips all month talking about being single. That last one was from Tom, who was dating Madison. He sent screenshots of a group chat where Natalie had been talking about her summer of freedom for weeks, planning trips, discussing which apps to download, rating guys at her gym. I forwarded those to Patricia. Her response, oh my. Day 3, Natalie showed up with a police officer, said I illegally evicted her and stole her belongings. I showed the officer the lease agreement, the 60-day notice, and the storage unit receipt with her name on it. Sir, her belongings are in storage, the officer asked. Yes, sir. Here's the key and address. First month is paid, and she has 60 days notice. Correct. She's free to stay until then, but she announced on social media that she's single, so I assume she'd prefer to stay elsewhere. The officer looked tired. Ma'am, this is a civil matter. He hasn't illegally evicted you. But my stuff, Natalie wailed, is in storage, which he paid for. She tried another angle. He's harassing me. How? He liked my Instagram post. The officer actually rubbed his temples. Ma'am, please collect your things from storage. Sir, can she get her belongings? She has the key. Storage unit B12. The officer left. Natalie stood in the doorway. You're really doing this. You're really single. Congrats. I hate you. That's fine. You have 57 more days to hate me. Then you need to hate me from somewhere else. Update 3. Week 2 of Single Girl Summer got interesting. Natalie had been couch surfing. 3 nights at Becca's, 2 at Madison's. Back to Becca's. According to Tom, who became my unexpected informant, she was already wearing out her welcome, leaving messes, eating their food, complaining constantly about me. Then she realized something important. Her mail still came to the apartment, including her paycheck. She hadn't set up direct deposit, despite me telling her to for months. She texted, I need to get my mail. It's in the mailbox. You have a key. The mailbox is locked. Use your key. You changed the locks on the apartment, not the mailbox. Turns out she'd lost her mailbox key months ago and had been using mine. She had to go to the post office, prove residency. Awkward, since she'd announced she didn't live here and pay $25 for a new key. But here's where it got petty. Her gym membership auto-renewed. The card on file expired. They emailed the account on file, the one I'd set up for her, because she wasn't good with that text stuff. I forwarded it to her. Thanks. She texted, no problem. Bot W, you'll need to update all your accounts. That email address is shutting down in 30 days. What? You can't do that. It's on my domain. Natalie at my domain. You're not at my domain anymore. She called screaming. I didn't answer. She texted 43 times in an hour. I responded once. Gmail is free. Then Tom sent me something interesting. A screenshot from Tinder, Natalie's profile. Fresh out of a toxic relationship, ready to find a real man who can handle a strong, independent woman. The bio included 5 to 7, yoga enthusiast, foodie, must have your own place. Staying with mommy is a red flag. Love travel and wine tasting. No broke boys. I laughed so hard I nearly choked. She was staying on couches and had $47 in her account. Tom's girlfriend Madison had complained about Natalie asking to borrow money. Day 18. Natalie tried a new strategy. She showed up at 11 p.m. drunk, crying. Derek, please. I miss you. I miss us. You're drunk. Go home. This is my home. Our home for 42 more days. Then it's just my home. I made a mistake. One stupid post. And weeks of planning your single summer in group chats and a Tinder profile and telling everyone I'm toxic. Her eyes widened. How did you know about Tinder, Natalie? You used photos I took of you. My friend Kevin matched with you and sent me screenshots. She started ugly crying. I was just exploring options. I never met anyone. If you're loving this wild tale of karma and drama, hit that like button and subscribe for more heart-pounding stories. That's because you put must have your own place when you're literally homeless. That set her off. I'm not homeless. I'm between situations, right? Well, go be between situations somewhere else. It's late. Can I at least use the bathroom? I almost said no, but I'm not a monster. Fine. 5 minutes, she was in there for 20. Came out with her makeup fixed, hair done, tried to sit on the couch. Nope, time to go. It's late. Dangerous. Call an Uber or Becca or one of your Tinder matches with their own place. She left, but not before trying to take the spare phone charger. I held out my hand. She threw it at me. Update 4. Day 30. The storage unit's free month was ending. Natalie had to figure out what to do with her stuff. She texted, "Can't afford storage. Can I keep some boxes in the apartment?" "No, just a few." "No, you're being petty. You're being single." She convinced Becca to help her move everything from storage to Patricia's studio apartment. Patricia called me that evening. "There are boxes everywhere. I can barely walk. That sounds frustrating. Can't you just work it out?" She made a mistake. Patricia, she planned this for weeks, told everyone she was single, made a Tinder profile. This wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. But she loves you. She loves my apartment and stability. There's a difference. Patricia side-eyed. She can't stay here long-term. She's an adult with a job. She'll figure it out. Day 35. Natalie found a room to rent, $800 a month in a house with 4 other people, 1 bathroom. The landlord was Stan, a 58-year-old who'd already messaged her on Instagram with, "Hey, beautiful." She texted, "This is your fault. I have to live with creeps because of you. You wanted independence. This is what it looks like. I can't afford this and food and transportation. Budget better. Help me." No, she tried manipulation. "If you ever loved me, you'd help. If you ever respected me, you wouldn't have announced you were single on Instagram." Day 45. Tom told me Natalie had been fired from her job. Apparently, she'd been calling in sick, constantly hungover, showing up late, and spending her shifts crying in the bathroom. The final straw was when she tried to promote her side hustle, selling makeup. She couldn't afford to buy in bulk to customers. She didn't tell anyone for 3 days. Just kept leaving Patricia's place like she was going to work. Becca finally posted about it. "If anyone knows of job openings, my girl needs opportunities. She's amazing at sales and customer service." The comments were less supportive than expected. Didn't she just get fired? My boyfriend said she was always on her phone at work. Good luck, but maybe she should focus on stability. Single girl summer was not going as planned. Day 50, I got a formal-looking email. Natalie had hired a legal advocate, not a real lawyer, just some paralegal she found on Craigslist, demanding I pay her moving expenses, emotional damages, and relocation assistance. I forwarded it to my actual lawyer friend, who laughed and sent back, "Tell her to pound sand, legally speaking." I replied to the email, "No." The advocate sent 3 more increasingly aggressive emails. I responded to each with, "No." Final update. Day 60. Lease termination day. I'd already signed a new lease for the apartment, just me this time. Got a better rate too, since I'd been a good tenant for 3 years. The landlord even thanked me for handling the situation maturely. Natalie showed up one last time with Becca and a borrowed pickup truck to get the furniture she claimed was hers. I had receipts ready. The couch, here's the receipt. I bought it. The TV stand, receipt mine. The bed, definitely mine. Receipt from before we met. She ended up with a lamp she bought at a garage sale and a throw pillow. Becca tried one more time. "You're really gonna let her leave with nothing?" She left with what she came with. "Nothing. You're heartless. I'm single, just like she wanted to be." As they were leaving, Natalie turned. "I loved you. You know, no, you love the lifestyle. There's a difference. I hope you're happy alone. Happier than I was pretending she wasn't planning to leave me while sleeping in my bed." She started to say something else, then stopped. They left. That night, I saw her final Instagram post about the situation. Chapter closed. Sometimes the universe removes people to protect you. On to bigger and better things. #new beginnings. Bless 37 likes, down from her usual 200 plus. Even her followers were tired of the drama. Tom messaged me a week later. Natalie had moved back to her hometown 3 hours away, living with her dad and his new wife, working at a call center. No rooftop pools, no brunches, no single girl summer. Madison had apparently said she fumbled so hard. Derek was like the best thing that ever happened to her, and she threw it away for Instagram likes. Even Becca had admitted maybe announcing you're single while living with your boyfriend wasn't the smartest move. As for me, I'm good. Apartment's peaceful. Rebuilt my savings. Actually started dating someone. Met her at a coffee shop when she complimented my book choice. She doesn't have Instagram. Found out last month that Natalie tried to come back, showed up at my building but couldn't get in. Changed the entry codes, left a letter with the doorman about how she'd grown and learned and deserved a second chance. I didn't respond, but I did hear from Patricia. Natalie's still in her hometown, still single, still posting about being a boss babe knowing her worth while selling protein shakes to her high school classmates. The kicker? Her bio still says no settling. Guess she got what she wanted. No settling, no apartment, no stability, no relationship, just that single girl summer that turned into a harsh winter reality. Someone asked if I regret not giving her another chance. Here's the thing, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. She showed me she was someone who'd publicly humiliate me for social media validation, who'd plan her exit while taking my support, who'd rather look single for strangers online than be partnered in real life. That's not someone you give second chances to. That's someone you let live with the consequences of their choices. Her single girl summer, it started exactly when she wanted it to. It just came with a price tag she couldn't afford.